All right, guys and young ladies. Where's Sue? Younger lady. All right. Welcome to our rule study going over the first 50 questions of the NFHS open book test. And I say the first 50 because there's going to be a closed book test. That will be the next 50. And we'll do this all over again. But those of you who are in the room, if you have an NSAA account, the great thing about this test is actually in the same order. All right, so if you want to log into your NSAA account, take it at the same exact time as us, you can. If you want to go home and rewatch this and go question by question, you can. Those of you who are joining on YouTube Live, take a couple minutes to log in, and I just wanted to show how to log in. So you just hover over Officials, click Officials Login, whatever your username and password is, and then we should be signed in. And then what we will be doing is online test is where we are going to find this test. It is due November 22nd. I always warn officials, do not wait till like November 22nd at 10 o'clock at night. If a lot of people get in there at one time, your internet goes down because of a storm. These are all true stories. So don't wait. As soon as you are able to take the test, take the test. Let's see here. And with that being said, I am going to click Take Part 1 test. Those of you who are in the room, the great thing about you, so I'll start with number 1. We'll read it out loud, and then we'll give the answer. If there's a disagreement, we will go over why there's a disagreement. I do have all 50 questions with the correct answers and the rule reference. That way, if we need to look up a rule, I know our captains, as we go out, you have rules questions. We always tell officials, don't be told what the rule is, show them what the rule is. All right, so veteran officials, always carry your rule book out. So for Ty Starks, I am demonstrating, all right, what the rule book looks like. All right, always have that rule book with you. I do not have it in my pocket while I'm officiating, but I have it in my bag for halftime and after the game. Okay? So if you register NSAAhome.org, they send you the 3 books. All right? So new officials, if you are brand new to basketball officiating, even if you're not going to work varsity high school basketball, it's $10 to register. You get all the rule books. That is like worth it itself. Like if you go to the NFHS website, I think it's $12 per book. That's $36. And you get all 3 for $10 as a new NSAA official. So if there's any push, do I register, do I not register, there it is. All right, number 1, correctable errors involve failure to award a merited free throw, true. Awarding an unmerited free throw, true. Permitting a wrong player to attempt a free throw, true. So the answer is D, all of the above. 210.1 is a rule reference, and a correctable error is you could correct it until the second live ball. Okay, so you have up until the second live ball. All right, Ty, you're going to take number 2.
A head coach is assessed blank technical foul for unsporting act conduct common by assistant coach. You got the direct, indirect, flagrant, or none of the above. Indirect.
All right, it is indirect foul, technical foul towards disqualification and ejection of that coach. They are responsible for their assistant coaches and bench personnel.
Okay, number 3. Head coach may be assessed a direct technical foul for which of the following infractions? Failing to replace a disqualified injured player within 15 seconds, true. Allowing a team member to participate while wearing an illegal uniform, that's true as well. Permitting a team member to participate after being removed from the game for disqualification, that's true. All the above.
All right, so that is correct. All of the above. So officials make sure before the 10-minute mark, the book is correct to avoid the illegal uniforms. And then make sure you communicate to the head coach and player when they get the 5th personal foul, so everybody's on the same page that they cannot come back in.
In this state, do they also enforce headbands and
Yep.
headbands or wristbands to be all the same color?
Yep. All right. Number 4, Dan.
A foul may be a personal or technical, a violent or excessive nature. I think that's B, flagrant.
All right. It is B, flagrant foul. I actually got a uncool video from Men's League last night of a flagrant foul if we have time at the end. So if you want to see what violent and excessive nature is, we have a good video from Men's League last night. You'll know it when you see it. Oh, go ahead, Don.
A foul committed by a member of a throw-in team from the start of the throw-in until the player control is obtained in bounds is a team control foul.
It is a team control foul. The importance of that rule is when it comes to bonus free throws. All right, so if that team that's the 7th or 5th one or more of that quarter, team control, they're not shooting bonus free throws. So that's the importance of knowing that rule. Number 6.
6. A team control foul is an intentional foul, a flagrant foul, a technical foul, or a common foul. I think it's a common foul.
Yeah, it is correct. It is a common foul. So when it comes to intentional, flagrant, and technical, you'll always shoot free throws on intentional, flagrant, and technical. When it comes to a common foul that is team control, you will never shoot free throws on a team control common foul, even if a team's in bonus.
Which of the following, or number 7, which of the following changes to the scorebook with less than 10 minutes before the scheduled starting time result in an administrative technical foul? Adding a name to the team member list, true. Changing a designed starter except for illness or injury, true. Requiring a player to change to the number in the scorebook, true. All the above, yes.
All right, the answer is all of the above. All right, so when you're working games, officials, you want to check the book prior to that 10-minute mark. Because if you check it at the 10-minute or below, there's an error, and the opposing coach sees you change that book, guess what that opposing coach is going to ask you to do? Enforce a technical foul. Well, if you check it at 12, you change it at 11, there's no technical foul. They could change it up to that 10-minute mark. All right, number 8.
A player may legally jump from the front court, secure control of the ball with both feet off the floor, and return to the floor with one of or both feet in the back court. All of the above.
That is all of the above. Do you know when they can't do it?
They're on offense.
When they're on offense. All right. So the ball has inbound status. So a throw-in does not have inbound status yet. The offense, when the ball has front court status, they can't jump from the front court.
The ball, now, if the player has their heel on the line after the inbound into the front court, is it set?
Nope, they're still in the back court. So the question is, so the question was, if I catch the ball and my heel is on the division line, I am still considered in the backcourt. Okay, I am still considered in the backcourt on that one. That division line is the backcourt. Number 9.
A try for goal on a free throw attempt shall be made within 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds or 25 seconds? Is it 25 seconds? 10.
It is 10. So I think you're trying to think. So this is during the free throw. So you have people in the 6 lane spaces. Referee underneath bounces them the ball. Once they get control of the ball, that's when you want to do that count to your side. All right. So we're not talking about shot clock, or we're not talking about a visual 5-second or 10-second count. It's just I better do visualization. All right. So it's just a nice 10-second count to the side. And I always do it, make sure the shooter does not see my count. There's no reason I need to, as an official, need to distract the shooter. Okay?
Anyone ever called that? I've seen it called a couple times.
So
Not much.
the last meeting, running clock, and teams are trying to stall the game. Officials have had to call it.
Yeah. Where they're
So-
trying to milk up some clock.
Yep. But I have not seen it in a high school stop clock game.
Sean, the technical number is 10 seconds there. What's the actual number you give the game?
If the clock's not running, it's going to be 11. I mean, I'm going to make sure if somebody goes back and watches the video, it's above 10 seconds on the huddle video.
I might use both,
Yeah.
depending on what the level is.
All right, number 10, Josh.
And if the player awarded the free throw attempt is withdrawn from the game because of injury, the free throw shall be attempted by the injured player's substitute, the last player entered into the book who is not currently in the game, any of the remaining 4 players in the game as selected by the coach, none of the above. I believe it's the injured player substitute.
It is the injured player substitute. It is that team's coach that gets to decide that substitute. All right, so different levels of basketball, it is different rules. In high school basketball, it has to be a player from the bench and that substitute.
So if White is awarded the foul or awarded the shot, the White coach gets to basically pick the sub and shoot the free throw.
Yep, and it's got to be a sub off the bench. It can't be a player on the court. All right, skip to next section. Number 11.
Which of the following constitutes illegal contact? An offensive player using the forearm to prevent an opponent from attacking the ball during the dribble. Contact created when a dribbler ends a dribble, causing a defender trailing the dribbler to push into the dribble. Placing a hand on the arm of the ball handler, all of the above. D, all of the above.
It is D, all of the above. And what are we going to, let's see here. Cool. All right, so all those is illegal contact, and a foul shall be called. Go for it.
By definition, which of the following is not considered a violation? A, traveling, B, basket interference or goaltending by a player at the opponent's basket, C, dribbling the ball a second time after the player's first dribble has ended, or D, player accidentally kicking the ball during live ball action. D.
All right, it is D, and the key word there is accidentally. All right, so when we talk about violations can be game interrupters. So we must know it's a violation. When in doubt, if you have any doubt if it is or isn't a violation, it is not. So when in doubt, accidentally kicked. Coach, the ball hit the leg did not hit the ball. Go ahead, Adam.
All right. Following the free throw of a technical foul, A1 makes a throw-in from the division line opposite of the scoring table. The throw-in pass is deflected by B1 at A's free throw line and goes directly through A's basket. Score 2 points for A team. The throw-in ended when the ball was touched by an inbounds player. The fact that it was not a try for goal does not affect the scoring of the 2 points or all of the above. It'd be, I don't know, I'd say 2 points.
You are correct with 2 points. That's not a wrong answer. but it is into the basket. So whoever's basket that went into, they're going to get the points. They're going to get the 2 points.
Go next.
Go,
right there.
go ahead, Shiloh.
Which of the following is goaltending? B34 touches the ball outside the cylinder on a free throw attempt. B34 touches the ball in downward flight outside the cylinder of above ring level. B34 touches ball in its downward flight outside the cylinder and above ring level on an inbounds pass. Both A and B. Let me reread these just to myself. Well, B definitely is. I would say A and B.
You are correct. A and B. What makes C incorrect is an inbounds pass. All right. The offense cannot score a try. They cannot shoot a shot from an inbounds pass. So on that previous question, another player touched the ball, so it's no longer an inbounds pass. That's why you score the points. All right. So on this one, since it didn't touch another player, all they are doing is they're blocking a pass. That's all they're doing is blocking a pass because it cannot be a shot during an inbounds.
Hey, Sean. So when you have 0.2 of a second on the clock, which means you can't catch and shoot, and they throw the alley-oop pass to the player right at the basket,
Yep.
and they just tap it in.
Yep.
Why is that then any different than what you just described right there?
Because somebody touched it.
It says B34 touches the ball.
Yeah. So therefore, the inbounds over. The ball enters the basket. Score the 2 points.
No, that's on the which is the following is goaltending.
Correct. But a tap is not goaltending.
Right.
A tap is a shot attempt.
So C.
It's just a pass. You can't goaltend a pass. You could only goaltend a shot.
Right, you can't. Okay.
Yep.
No, that's.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right on that. Okay.
Yep.
I was thinking something else.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it, Joe.
But yeah, they can touch it inside the cylinder or
Yep.
above the cylinder. That's why the others are automatically.
15, the player control signal, number 36, hand behind the head, is used to indicate which of the following: a common foul committed by the player dribbling the ball, a common foul committed by an airborne shooter, a common foul committed by a member of the team that has control of the ball, all of the above. And it's all of the above.
It is all the above. This is new officials. Like, you don't have to like change 20 years of habit. I am still working on this habit. I was 1 for 6 yesterday. All right. So if you have a moving screen, it is hand behind the head. If you have the offensive teammate pushing and shoving a defender, hand behind the head. Anytime the offense fouls in possession of the ball, closed fist, hand behind the head. All right, so it's not only charge, it is when that offensive team fouls while in possession of the ball.
Including obviously in the paint screens that are
Yep.
moving.
Yep. Anytime the offense.
That must be common foul, right?
Yep.
So like you got illegal screen, you say, hey, boom, illegal screen. Are you verbalizing that?
Yes. So I will go fist up, foul, hand behind the head for team control, but I'm going to voice what type of foul it is. Screen outside the body frame, moving while screening, elbow outside the body frame. I'm still telling that story.
Well, it would be considered a jump ball, and it would be then considered.
So both. I do it right at the place so the player knows why I called the foul, and then I'll do it at the reporting area so now the coach knows why I called the foul.
When you're moving fast, how you do it?
When I'm moving fast, well, when I'm moving fast, I don't put my hand behind my head. That's why we as officials have to slow down. But it is one arm mechanics. That's the main thing. It's either left or right arm up, left or right arm behind your head, left or right arm. It's all one arm mechanic. Again, when I'm moving too fast, I do it wrong. Slow down. There's no hurry to signal.
Do we have to announce whether it's a common foul or not?
Nope. Nope. Team control foul. Go for it, Keith.
Okay, 16, point of interruption is a method of resuming play after a double personal foul, correctable error, an interrupted game, or all of the above. I'm going to go with all of the above.
You would be correct. All right, so in the point of interruption is wherever that ball is, the spot nearest the sideline or the end line or the baseline, the out of bounds line that is nearest is where we're going to put that ball into play.
Another question on that.
Yeah.
Why would that not be one of the 4 spots that high school brought in to inbound the ball? Because this is actually considered off of a foul or off of a error or off of some kind of a gameplay. Why would it actually be at that spot instead of one of those 4?
Because that rule changed last year. The 4 designated spots is only a foul by the defense.
Okay.
So a double foul is a foul by offense and defense.
Both.
Yep. That's the only time you're going to go to that 4 designated spot.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, number 17. Like colored uniform bottoms may include shorts, pants, skirts, and the answer is all of the above. They just have to be similar, not style, but pattern, or what's the exact word? Design, thank you. All right, it's got to be similar design. All right. What's that? Church schools. I have not seen it, but I know there's videos and pictures of it out there. But it's religious based schools that will. Yep. Yep.
I've had it a few times, especially on the lower level games.
All right, number 18.
If undershirts are worn, they must be a solid color similar to the jersey or black under the Byzantine dark jerseys only. Only be black color, be white, only one solid color. Oh man, I think they changed this, didn't they? They changed this last year, I believe, didn't they?
I think so as well.
I want to go say A, but I think I'm wrong.
Well, it is A. All right. Undershirts are worn be a solid color similar to their jersey or black if it's the visiting team.
Do they all have to match?
Yep, all has to match. I will remind us as we get to the varsity season, we expect freshmen, reserve, JV, varsity, any high school team to be legally uniformed. If you're working middle school, if you're working youth, we're not worried about it. But any high school, and I tell you what, there's nothing worse as an official showing up to a school in January and making the whole team change their undergarments, and they've already played 7 games. Okay, so we talk about consistency. We have to be consistent throughout the state on this the first 2 weeks, and if everybody's consistent the first week or 2, we won't have any issues. 2 home games, 2 away games. Everyone's going to bring the right undergarments. All right, Brian.
Okay. 2 bonus free throws are awarded after a team's blank foul in each quarter. 7th, 9th, 5th, or 10th? 5th. 5th, C.
5th. So they changed this rule last year. All right, so a high school rule, it is the 5th team foul. There is no more 1-and-1 bonus. Once a team reaches the 5th team foul in a quarter, it's 2 free throws. Every quarter resets back to 0. This will be another reminder because youth basketball has not changed that whatsoever. All right, because it's running clock. They're still doing the other old rule where high school it's 5 fouls each quarter. Number 20, Dan.
At the end of each quarter, team fouls are reset to 0.
Very good. Officials, make sure if you see the fouls on the scoreboard, look at that. And if they don't reset it to 0, just remind them before we put that ball in play, just like we would ask them to put 8 minutes on the clock before we put that ball in play.
John, from a communication standpoint, are you verbalizing that to your partner as well, or you got like a little hand signal or something like that? Be like, hey, we're getting ready to.
God, what was the signal that we had last year? Anyone remember what signal we used when we got
this? Was it this? Something silly?
Oh, it was that.
Yeah, wasn't it like,
All right, so man, if we had the camera up, everyone would be able to see it right now. Our producer didn't want to put up the camera today. But you're going to have 2 fingers out in front of you, and you're going to just small little circle from north to south in front of you. North to south. Number 21. Don?
Yeah. Team A is dribbling the ball in its backcourt when Team B commits a common foul before the bonus. Team A will be granted a throw-in from one of the 4 designated spots nearest to where the foul occurred in the team's front court. The designated spot nearest where the foul occurred in the team's backcourt. The sideline at the division line. None of the above. I think it's none of the above because, or it's A.
It's the backcourt. It's a backcourt. When Team B commits a foul, right?
Yep, so Team A has the ball in the backcourt, and Team B fouls Team A in the backcourt. All right, so we're not going to do the 4 designated spots in the front court because they haven't achieved the front court.
Right.
All right. So whenever we have a violation or foul in the backcourt, we're going to go to that nearest spot, the designated spot.
And you got a visual count.
Yep.
Varsity at all levels have a shot clock. Is that right? Maybe.
Yep, and that's what sort of what Ty was referring to. All right, so now we don't have a 10-second count with the shot clock. We're just going to use the shot clock. Once it hits 25, there's the violation. But now if we have a foul in the backcourt, now we have to do a 10-second chop because we don't know where on that shot clock it was. All right, was it 31.5 or was it 31.9? Was it 31.1? So we're just going to use our 10-second chop.
Is this only if the dribbler or the player in the backcourt was the one foul?
Yes. No, it's wherever the ball was.
Okay, so even if the player in the front court posting up and he's fouled, the ball is still going to be placed.
Oh, actually, that's a great question. So the question I know you're asking now. So here I'm dribbling. I'm in the backcourt. My teammate Cliff, he's in the front court, and he gets held in the post. All right, so now the team A was fouled in the front court. Now we are going to go to the 4 designated spots, the one nearest the foul. Yep, good question. Yep. All right, number 22.
Number 22, when the ball is in the offensive team's front court, the designated spot for the throw-in will be either the nearest 28-foot mark along each side or the nearest spot 3 feet outside the lane line on the end line if defense commits a violation, B, the defense commits a common foul prior to the bonus, C, a timeout is called, D, all the above. Offensive. Yeah, I'm going to say it's B. It's only for foul, not a violation.
All right, so that sort of goes back to your question, Keith. That rule changed last year. It's only when the defense commits that foul. So if it's a violation, we're going to put that ball where the violation was, whether that's out of bounds, a kicking of the ball by the defense. Excuse me. If we do have an out of bounds and we're in the coffin corner, offense calls a timeout. They don't get to buy the spot. They get the ball at the same spot where they were at prior to that timeout. Before it was always the nearest spot, but now it's on a defensive foul in the front court. It's one of the 4 designated spots. 23.
When an official administers a throw-in to the wrong team, the mistake can be I can't even see from back here. Rectified until the first dead ball. The mistake can be rectified until the first dead ball after the ball becomes live unless team control has ended. The mistake cannot be rectified. The mistake can be rectified until the other team scores. Say B.
It is B. All right, so we have as an officiating crew to rectify until the first dead ball after the ball becomes live unless the team control has ended. And the reason they do that until the team control has ended, if the wrong team gets the ball and the defense steals the ball in the inbounds, is there a reason to stop the game anymore? No, the team has the ball. Okay, so be honest with you, when this usually happens, it's alternating possession arrow is incorrect. All right, so here we go. The table says it's white ball. We inbound it to white. And then all of a sudden the ball is inbounded, white's dribbling the ball, and you get that horn. It should have been green's ball due to the alternating possession arrow. We could correct that because that possession had not ended.
Now, if they go score the ball.
Yeah, if they go score the ball, the ball is dead once it scores. It's too late. Too late. 23.
During bonus free throws, substitutions may be made before the first attempt, only after all attempts are made, before the final attempt, none of the above. A. C.
It is going to be C. Yep, there's no more 1-and-1, so it's not going to be before the first attempt. You can't do it always at the last attempt because they can miss. All right, so before the final attempt, all right, is when those substitutions may be made. 25.
The following number of timeouts may be charged to each team during a regulation game. 3 60-second timeouts and 2 30-second timeouts, 2 60-second timeouts and 3 30-second timeouts, 5 60-second timeouts, or D, 4 30-second timeouts, and I'm going to say A.
All right,
3 60-second and 2 30.
It is A. So this came up in our last meeting. When a coach or player calls a timeout and we grant it, don't be in a hurry to ask the coach full or 30. Let the players get to the bench. If the coach doesn't tell you full or 30, tip number 1, just see what that coach has their team doing. If their coach is having their team sitting, that coach wants what? A full. If that coach has their team standing, what does that coach want? 30. Okay.
Been a jerk, give him the full.
Now, don't treat others how you want to be treated, not how they are treating you. And then, again, that's the best tip I could get. Okay. If they're sitting, charge a full. If they're not sitting, charge them a 30. And if you charge them a 30, they change their mind, they want a full, sweet. You could always go to a full. Okay. So be cordial. Give them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of stress and pressure. All right, number 26.
The referee may correct an obvious mistake by the timer to start or stop the clock properly only when the home team head coach agrees with the timer, the visiting team head coach agrees with the timer, both coaches agree with the timer, or the referee has definite information relative to the time involved. Is it D?
It is D. All right. Now, listen to the coaches that, hey, there might be a timing error. So we call that smoke. So if the coach is giving you smoke, all right, let's get together as a crew. And now don't be confused by the referee. The referee means anybody on the court. So anybody on the crew, get together. All right, this coach is saying there should be 4.3 seconds left when it's 3.1. Does anybody have definite knowledge that it should be above 3.1? And on that crew, whoever has the highest amount of time, go with that time.
So if I said, hey, I got 4.1, you say I got 4.4.
We're going to go 4.4. Yep.
This situation happened with me this past weekend when I was at obviously have parent volunteers.
Yep.
Who are more involved in watching the game than running the clock. And I have to yell at them, start the clock, start the clock. When it comes to the high school and they're not running the clock, can I make the decision to run off what I feel might be 5 seconds?
Not what you feel is 5 seconds, what you know is 5 seconds. All right, so number one, you're going to run into a lot of quote unquote volunteer timers. Don't yell at them. They're volunteer. Be happy that they are there. Okay? Number two, if I have a 10-second count, I'm not stopping the game until they get across half court. All right? If you have a shot clock going, if the shot clock's going, the game clock's not going, you just do some simple math. Took 5 seconds off the shot clock, let's go take 5 seconds off the game. If they're inbounded in the front court and I have closely guarded, I'm not stopping the game during the closely guarded. I'm not going to put the defense at a disadvantage. Now, let's say I get to 3 seconds, person catches it, nobody's there even close to guard them, boop, 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 boop. Take off 3 seconds because I had 3 seconds closely guarded. Anything that I have definite knowledge on, that's what I'm going to take off the clock. But try to find that time where you're not going to give a team a disadvantage. So if the defense has an opportunity, there's times where I'm just counting, like it's not 5 seconds, I'm just counting because the clock has not started. I'm waiting for that opportunity to subtract the clock. And I will be honest with you. If you just go up to them casually, hey, the clock didn't start, could you please take off 4 seconds? And just remind them, all you got to do is whoever's inbounding the ball, watch our hand when it drops, start it. When you treat them with that respect, they made a mistake, they're embarrassed. Because guess where all the attention of the gym goes? Right to that scorekeeper. If you yell at them, guess where all the attention of that gym goes? To you as the official. All right? So don't yell at volunteer scorekeepers. 27, Josh.
27, the ball is out of bounds when it is touched by a player who is out of bounds, the supports or back of the backboard, the ceiling, overhead equipment or supports, or all of the above, and the answer is all of the above.
All of the above. That is the one time, you hear me say all the time, officials don't watch the ball won't foul, the ball won't foul. But the ball could violate. All right, so when that ball bounces high and goes upwards towards the ceiling, towards the back support, that's the time you want to officiate the ball, when it could violate. 28.
The ball becomes live when, on a jump ball, the toss ball leaves the official's hands. On a throw-in, it is at the disposal of the thrower. On a free throw, it is at the disposal of the free thrower. D, all of the above. D, all of the above.
All right, D, all of the above. So the key word here is disposal. I wish in the rule book they changed that word from disposal to control. Okay, so like if I bounce the ball to the free thrower, that free thrower never controls the ball. They fumble the pass. It's not at their disposal. They have to control the ball for it to be live.
So if they fumble the pass, do you take it back and then
Yep.
re-throw it to them?
Absolutely.
Now, if
Yep.
you hand it to them and then they drop it off their foot, they have firm control, right?
Yep. Now if they have firm control, I'll demonstrate this. All right. So they have firm control of the ball, and they slap the ball to run their offense. Now the ball comes loose. They had control of it, and now whatever happens with the ball, but that ball is live. Yep. Yep. Over the line, not on the line, onto the court. The line is still out of bounds.
Okay, but if they slap it in line, then they just get a go again. Or what?
No, they could gather. They got 5 seconds. Yep.
On a free throw, they have it, they take a dribble, it goes off their foot, goes over the line, same thing.
Same thing. Yeah, as long as they controlled it, it's that disposal is control.
So if it's off their foot, and it's the first free throw, then they move to their second.
Correct.
It's the second free throw, then it's a turnover.
Like it did in the green.
Yeah, then it would be a violation.
And
Yep.
that ball goes to one of the four, the designated spot on the baseline. Is that right?
Go the other way.
Yep.
You know,
It would be it would be the spot nearest the violation because it's not a foul, just a violation. All right, 29. Is it me? Oh,
During a jump ball, neither jumper shall A. touch the toss ball before it reaches its highest point, B. leave the center restraining circle until the ball has been touched, or C. touch the ball more than twice, or D. all of the above. And I think it's all of the above.
it is all of the above. Okay.
Sean, we're partners, right? If you toss the ball and you don't catch that the ball before it reaches its peak, I'm blowing that dead as your partner, and we're awarding it to the other team.
Yep, that's a violation. So if it's a bad toss by me, we're just going to redo it. If one of the team violates it, such as touching the ball 3 times, leaving that center circle and grabbing it, or quick tipping, they call it quick tipping it, then it'd be a violation of the other team's ball. Number 30, go ahead, Adam.
During pregame, the official shall A. verify with the head coach that all team members are properly equipped. B. verify how many timeouts will be used. C. verify all team members' names. D. designate the coach's box. I'd say A.
All right, it is A. All right, so we're talking about this. Every game should have a meeting with the coaches. 3rd grade, high school varsity. Meet the coaches. Properly equipped. If you have questions, please just talk to us. We'll answer questions. You guys are role models of sportsmanship. However you as a coach behave, typically the players behave. Good luck. Go for it.
I got a question on basket 29 real quick.
Yep.
Whose call is it or responsibility is it primarily to watch for that? Is that the official not throwing it up?
Correct.
Okay, so they're the ones that should be making that call.
Yep. So the official that's actually tossing it up, they're going to blow their whistle, they're going to spit their whistle, and really all their really focus is just throwing it as high as they need to and straight. And then the outside officials are going to get all the violations. Once a team gets control, that's when that tossing official will get the whistle in their mouth and start officiating.
Now, in a varsity game, Sean, we're all kind of, 2 of us are looking for that, and whoever's got it.
Yep. All right, number 31, Shiloh.
The cord of the net shall be more than 144 thread twine.
Whew.
Momentarily check the ball as it passes through. Be any color. Be over 18 inches in length. I'm going to go be over 18 inches in length.
The only thing we're looking for is momentarily check the ball as it passes through. So where this comes up is playoffs. This is where this comes up. If the net comes off the flange, all right, and that net does not check the ball at all, I mean, it's going to go through, and you might not even know it went through the rim as an official. And the other thing, when that net does not check the ball, the new defense or the new offense, it's hard for them to get the ball and go because it goes through so fast. All right, so you're looking for momentarily check the ball as it passes through. If the net is not connected to the flange, you got to have that fixed. If you're in a game that the net is connected all the way around and it's going through the net, but it's not really checking, I'm waiting for a coach to bring it to my attention for me to fix. All right. Now, most schools, they have extra nets. They do, and it's get out a ladder, get up there, switch it out. But that's where it comes up. It comes into playoffs.
So we have to actually, during the regular season, stop play and then change for that?
If a coach is making a big deal out of it and you know that ball is not being checked by the net, yeah, you stop the game and you correct it.
Now,
Yep.
and how many times have you had that?
I've had it twice, and both of them were postseason. They were both postseason games. And postseason, they have the nets because what do they do after the district championship?
Take them out.
They cut down the nets. So the schools have it. But, again, from an official standpoint, I wait for the coaches to bring that to my attention. All right. 32. Go ahead, Joe.
If a shot clock is utilized, the shot clock operator shall be located D, at the scorers and timers table.
It is D. They cannot be anywhere in the gym. All right. Number 33. Sue? Oh, Keith is up? Sorry, Keith.
The head coach may, by state association adoption, stand in the designated coaching box, stand within the coaching box to request a timeout, stand within the coaching box to replace or remove a disqualified or injured player, or D, all of the above. D, all of the above.
It is all of the above. Number 34, if electronic devices are used during the game, they may only be used for B, recording and tracking stats. So they cannot be video record. Two-way communication is and video replay for the officials. They can't let us know we got all the calls right. Okay? 35.
They just can't show us on the video.
Yeah, there you go. They can't show us that we got all the calls right. 35.
When multiple scorers are at the table, blank is responsible for comparing records. Official score, the non-scorer, the referee, and clock operator. A. They should. The official score should. No. Hold on. And the multiple scores are.
And what it is so you have typically two scorers. The home team is the official score,
Yes.
and the visiting team typically has their own book there at the table too. So between the home score and the visiting score, who's responsible to compare?
The non.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's the visiting team. If they have a discrepancy, it's the non-official score that's going to compare. Because obviously the home team, they're right. They're official. They're not going to change. Okay.
When you go to the table at the 13-minute marker or 13, whatever it is, right, Sean, you're looking at the home team's book.
Yep, we're looking at the home team's book, and it's the non-official scorer's responsibility to make sure their book matches the official scorer's book. It's the non-official scorer's responsibility to check. Brian?
All right, 36. The following items are allowed on the front of the uniform above the number: an image of the school's mascot, the school's nickname, the school's name, all of the above. I would go D, all of the above.
It is all of the above. Yeah, good job, Brian. Way to get him done. I've never had a situation where even if a jersey was illegal, I did not let them play. If you have an illegal jersey and the other coach doesn't say anything, don't even bring it up in that game. Contact your assigner and let the assigner do whatever they need to do. If the visiting team or opposing team says, hey, that jersey is illegal, you could go up to that coach and say, hey, do you have a change of jersey? Like if you're 100% sure it's illegal, and if they could change. If they could get through that game without awarding technical fouls, do that. But also report it to your assigner and let the assigner communicate.
Is that a problem? What do you normally see that's not one of those three?
Typically, the problem is the numbers. They wear numbers that you can't see because it's like camouflage. Like usually, it's the numbering is what is the illegal part. But every situation that has come up, we let them play. Coaches agree to let them play. Then we report it. Then they typically don't wear it again.
Different than the undershirts?
Yeah, undershirts, we are not going to let them. Yeah, we will not let them play with illegal undershirts because it's easy to take off the undershirts. You can't play without a jersey. Good question there, though. 37. Dan?
When bench personnel are beckoned onto the court due to an injured player, the player is subject to removal from the game unless I think it's B.
It is not B.
Okay. D.
All right, so once we beckon them on, all bets off. Okay. Yep. Yep. So as an official, I will say, when in doubt, sit them out. Bring the coach, bring the athletic trainer onto the court. Now, if you're like, ooh, are they hurt? Are they not hurt? Now I'm going to wait for the athletic trainer and coach, and I'm looking at them, and they're like doing the, do I come or do I not come? All right, now I'm going to beckon them on. Once I beckon on that coach, or that coach or athletic trainer comes on their own, they now have to be removed, except that team calls a timeout. All right?
Opposing team calls a timeout to regroup or whatever, right?
Correct. If
the game, whatever, that player still has to sit.
that player still has to sit. And the coach may put that player back. Well, what do I have to do? Well, you got to call timeout. All right, I'm going to call timeout.
At the end of the game, right?
Yep.
Timeouts. Other team, want to set up a press or whatever.
And if both teams call timeout, you're serving it at the same time. So it's not 1 minute timeout, then another minute timeout. Just serve it at the same time. All right, 38, Don.
If a player is bleeding or has blood on the uniform, the player must immediately must be immediately removed from the game, may remain in the game if resolved within 20 seconds, will receive a technical foul, will immediately receive a delay of game. That would be A, must immediately be removed from the game.
New rule this year.
Oh.
That was the correct rule last year if you have last year's rule book. So this year now it may remain in the game if resolved within 20 seconds. So if you see blood, stop it. Let the player know they're bleeding. Let the coach know they're bleeding. Let the athletic trainer know they're bleeding. Let the parent know they're bleeding. Now go to the scores table. Start the 20. They'll run off 5 seconds, 15-second warning horn. If it's not resolved within, then they have to sub.
So what if we got blood on the court? Like blood, broken nose, whatever, blood's running down. It's on the uniform on the court as well.
So as long as the player's ready to go within the 20 seconds.
Or however long it takes to get blood off the court. Like let's say he sees.
Yeah, so the player's 20 seconds. Now I'm not going to nitpick, hey, the player wasn't ready, but you're still working on the court. As long as it's not delaying, the player is not delaying the start of the game, I'm going to let the player stay in the game. And the reason for that, typically when somebody starts bleeding, whose fault is it? The opponent. It's the opponent's fault. So that's why they changed the rule. Why am I being penalized? I'm bleeding because they scratched me. That's the intent of the rule change. 39.
Is that still the rule when it's like a technical result of it's like a flagrant foul or whatnot?
Yep.
So if I swing an elbow and I get fouled for it and you start bleeding, you still only have 20 seconds?
I still only have 20 seconds. Usually that happens in the post players. They're going to sub in a guard to have a high free throw percentage shot.
Number 39. The following acts can be considered faking being fouled. Yelling while attempting a shot, making theatrical or exaggerated movements with no illegal contact, asking officials to review the play, complaining to the official. B, making theatrical, exaggerated movements with no illegal contact.
All right, so 39 is B. I'm glad you asked that question. Okay, so a little plug. So we made a flopping video just because it is a new penalty this year. It's not a new rule. It's a new penalty. If it's the first instance for a team doing that, it's a team warning. If it's the second time that team did it, now it's a team technical foul. So with it being a new penalty this year, at our YouTube channel, Timeout with PSOA, yes, each team gets a warning. All right, so I would definitely take a few minutes.
Ball is dead.
What is this here? Definitely watch the
NFM
ads.
makes styling your home
Ads
simple.
Ads
with
are our
stress-free interior
friends,
design
guys.
services. Transform your. This is the first.
All right, so this is I think it's 11-minute video,
you're gonna put the ball
and it
back
goes
in play
over the four
into possession
situations
of the offense at the
of
point of
when
interruption.
a player flops,
NFM makes
and then
styling
what's
your
the
home
penalty
simple
when it's the
with
team's first
stress-free
one,
interior design
and then
services.
when is the
Transform
team's
your space with
second
defense.
and other ones.
If the player's in the act of shooting and they are
Yep. It's a team. It's a team technical, not a player technical.
But that's awarded to coach, basically. Right?
Nope, it's a team.
I thought flopping was in play this last year, currently.
Yeah, it's floppy. It is. It's always been in the rule book. It's just a new penalty. That's what we have to
Well,
learn.
I thought we could call a technical or a penalty against them this year.
You do after the team warning.
Okay.
That's the penalty change. We have to warn the team first.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We don't have the luxury of
Is that technical direct or indirect?
Team technical. It's a team technical. Goes towards team fouls. Does not go to a player. Does not go to a coach. It goes to the team.
So the player flops.
Yep.
We call the flop against them.
Yep.
But it's only team technical.
If it's the second one after the warning. All right. So there's a lot of questions right now. Take 11 minutes. Watch this video.
The important
All
thing
right.
is it doesn't go towards disqualification.
Does not go towards any disqualification, player or coach. Unlimited. Yep. Yeah, you could flop all day long. Okay.
Yeah, but those team technicals count towards their team.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that it would put them into the bonus very fast if all of a sudden
Well, it goes to 0 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Don't get my scheming this up.
I'm telling you, officials, we are going to be so terrible at it the beginning of the season that players are going to be like, I'm not going to even try anymore. I'm telling you, it is completely out of the college game. Completely out. Because we were so bad at calling it. Because we called it. So players stopped doing it. All right, number 40.
When a player does not immediately pass the ball to an official when the whistle sounds, the official shall issue a bench technical, issue a player technical, issue a warning for delay, eject a player from the game.
All right, it is C. Issue a warning for delay. Has everybody played basketball here? So when you played basketball, every single time the whistle blew, did you immediately throw it to the official? No. So use some common sense. Look for the unsporting. They, instead of passing it to you or passing it to a teammate, they put the ball on the ground. They look at you, they throw it away from you. That's the warning. Okay? Yeah, so now, but if they're holding on to the ball because their coach is talking to them, that's not what we're talking about. Okay, so look for the unsporting situations to give the warning. You'll know it when you see it. All right, number 41.
If the net is contacted while the ball is on or within either basket and it does not affect the try for a goal, the official may allow play to continue, issue a technical foul, issue a personal foul, eject the offending player. Or allow play to continue.
Definitely allow the play to continue. All right. Now, if their hand gets stuck in the net and the ball is on or that rim vibrates up and it affects the shot, now you just got basket interference. Okay? Yeah. 42.
If the state utilizes the 35-second shot clock, it may eliminate the 5-second closely guarded count while a player is dribbling the ball, eliminate the 10-second backcourt violation, eliminate the 5-second closely guarded count while a player holds the ball, expand the closely guarded rule while a player dribbles the ball to 10 seconds instead of 5 seconds. I have no idea.
That's a good answer.
All right.
That's a good answer.
All right. So NSAA, the state of Nebraska, the answer is none of the above because we have not eliminated the 5-second closely guarded.
Right.
But there are states that wanted to get rid of the 5-second closely guarded since we do have restrictions on how long a team could possess the ball. So they adopted the college rule. But Nebraska high school basketball, even with the 35-second shot clock, there is still 5-second closely guarded. And it does not have to be the same defender. It's any defender for that team.
Only while dribbling?
Or holding.
So, Sean, hold on. I'm reading the question. So if a state utilizes the 35-second shot clock, which we do, we still have the 5-second close guard, right?
We do, but the NSA could have eliminated the 5-second. We have not. C saying eliminate the 5-second closely guarded while holding the ball. So all 50 states, even with the shot clock, if they're holding the ball, we have a 5-second count going.
You can't eliminate it.
You could eliminate. Nebraska has not. No idea. I'm not sure.
So, Sean, I know this is Nebraska. Now, I'm in Colorado. We had to, like, physically throw our hands up if they weren't closely guarded. And we,
So I'll demonstrate this here. All right, so it's not hey, throw your hands up. So if I never start a count, they know there's no count. Now, if I start my 5-second closely guarded count, now they separate themselves beyond 6 feet. Now I'm going to give this signal. I am giving this signal only when I start my count. Now I'm going to stop my count because they went beyond the 6 feet.
So you're not using separation of hands to show I don't have any.
Nope. If I don't start my count, I only show the separation of hands to my side when I stop my count because they lost the 6 feet.
And you just change your count. If, say, they start with the ball in their hands, you've made now they start dribbling, so you start with the other, and then you again go back to the other if they stop again.
Yep. So holding, left hand, dribbling, right hand, holding, left hand. Yep. Yep.
If a player dunks a dead ball, the coach loses the coaching box privilege. A personal foul is awarded. A team technical is awarded. Technical foul is awarded to the offending player. I don't know. Let's say C.
It is C. Rule change this year. This is the rule change. It is a team technical foul. So it only goes towards team foul count for that quarter. Coach keeps their box. Player doesn't get a personal foul. Player doesn't get a technical foul towards disqualification. It is only a team technical foul.
It's also in pregame warm-ups also.
Yep. So pregame warm-up, in between quarters, halftime intermission. Yeah, so if one team does it, the other team does it. Both teams start with the team technical foul, jump it up. Be honest with you, I think that's what's going to happen. So
we got a foul, Sean. We call a foul down on the block or whatever. Boom. White 50 just jumps up and dunks it. That's when you have a team technical in that situation.
Was it a loud gymnasium? They didn't hear the whistle?
That's the question, right?
I will find a reason why they didn't hear the whistle. I'm not looking for technical fouls.
I was told when I was doing CYO high school, they can't dunk during the game.
Correct.
Is that true for all CYO and all
So Pell, no, they could dunk in Pell. And the reason why it is in CYO, and it is the reason in men's league basketball, because they don't have a replacement rim or backboard. All right, so you go to a high school, Westview, I think it happened twice at Westview High School already. Boom, slam dunk, shatter the backboard. They just go in the auxiliary gymnasium. And then insurance comes in and fixes it, and life's good. All right, but when you start using public gyms, they don't have an auxiliary gym. They don't want us dunking because they don't want the backboards breaking. 44.
44. To start the second, third, and fourth quarters, the ball shall be put in play by a jump ball, throw in under the alternating possession procedure, throw in by the visiting team, throw in by the team in control to end the previous quarter. The answer is B. Throw in under the alternating possession procedure.
All right, so we use the arrow to start each quarter. 45.
An alternating possession throw-in is used when the ball is knocked out of bounds by a specific player. There are simultaneous floor or free throw violations. Player intentionally fouls another player at the beginning of the game. A coach calls a timeout after a player collects a loose ball. Yeah, B.
All right, it would be B. All right, so simultaneous floor or free throw violations. So if both teams violate at the same time, we don't know, us as officials, who to give it to, so we just go to the arrow. All right, so simultaneous floor violations is we truly don't know what player caused the ball to go out of bounds. So we are saying both teams at the very same time caused that ball to go out of bounds. Who do we give it to? We give it to the alternating possession arrow team. So that's the floor violations.
Johnny, you hit your whistle quick at this point. What way?
I am avoiding. I don't know who went out of bounds on. I'm going to sell it as much as I can. And if my partner has 100% information that I got it incorrect, I want them coming in and giving me the information. Go for it.
If the alternating possession procedure has not been established and the ball goes out of bounds and was last touched simultaneously by two opponents, players is resumed by a jump ball in the center restraining a circle between the two players who originally jumped to start the game. B, a jump ball by any two players in the court. C, a jump ball in the center restraining the circle between the two players involved in simultaneous contact. Or D, none of the above. Is it D?
It is not D. It can't be D because we still have to do something.
C?
It is C. So I actually had this on Monday night. All right, men's league, boom, jump ball. Players then both got in possession of the ball. We have not set the arrow. It is those two players. All right, and that's exactly what you want to do as an official. Boom, 12, 15, you're jumping it. Okay?
Whatever times come off the clock, whatever.
Yep, you are. Time's good because it was legal. Everything was legal. 47, Adam?
A ball that goes out of bounds will be inbounded. A, from one of the four designated spots if the throw-in will be in the front court. B, from one of the four designated spots if the throw-in will be from the back court. C, from the designated spot closest to where the ball went out of bounds. And D, from the designated spot closest to where the official is responsible for the throw-in. I'd say C.
It is C. So whenever there's an out of bounds, we are inbounding the ball exactly where it went out of bounds. All right, so that's one of the observations we saw with basketball thus far. Again, I can't stress this enough. Coaches put in place for specific reasons, left side, right side, sideline versus baseline. Award the ball out of bounds where it's supposed to be.
Unless it wasn't touched.
As in?
We're throwing it in. I'm the inbounder.
Oh, yeah.
I throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, so I'm the one. So the situation is I'm the inbounder. I'm the thrower. I throw it in and nobody touches it. Who's it out of bounds on? Me. Since the ball was never inbounds, we're taking it to the spot where the violation took place. And that's where I threw it from. Number 48.
Which of the following is a violation by a player? Extending elbows to hold the ball under the chin, extending the elbows to hold the ball against the body, excessively swinging his/her own arms, any action of the elbow resulting in total body movements as in pivoting. It's going to be excessively swinging his or her own arms.
So I have D. Any action of the elbow resulting in total body movements as in pivoting. All right, so does anyone have anything different?
Why wouldn't if you move the ball with your body?
I got the answer now. It's not C because it says arms. So let me demonstrate here. Like this. So if my elbows are down, and I'm swinging my arms, is this a violation? Now if I swing my arms and now I have a foul. All right, but that's why it's not C, because it's saying arms. D, any action of the elbow. So now I have an elbow. Whether I boom go like this, violation. If I pivot, it's a violation. If I make contact with my elbows or arms, foul.
So even though it's inside the body, if it's inside the body, isn't the player allowed to make the movement within their body with the ball in control with their elbows in parallel with their body?
Nope. You could chin it, but once you pivot with leading to the elbow, you're at risk of being called for a violation. So if coaches out there, if they're chinning it with their elbows up, you cannot pivot. You got to get your elbows down before you pivot.
Shouldn't that question say violation by a player if in close proximity of another player? Can you do that if there's nobody around?
Yes and no. So the question is, if nobody's around me and I excessively swing my elbow, should that be a violation? By rule, it is, because what are we preventing? So what we're them doing it later. So now, if I come down and everybody's running away from me, and nobody's within 20 feet of me, and I see a player do that, I'm not calling a violation. But I'm talking to that player. Hey, 20, you have to get your elbows down before you swing them.
You're doing that during a dead ball.
Yeah, during a dead ball, absolutely. But anybody even near the situation, if there's no contact, violation. If you have contact to the head, we have flagrant. If you have contact to the chest, the torso, the side, now we'll go foul. All right. You'll see the flagrant elbow.
The mechanic for a flagrant is just still close to the room.
Yep.
Swinging the elbow, contact to the head.
Yep. So flagrant, we'll demonstrate this as well. So closed fist, elbow, ejection signal. All right. So let's say we have a body check, which that's the video I have. So if I come here and I just body check Zach, target, head and neck area. All right. I got foul, push, ejection. All right.
In the offensive foul, you're supposed to go behind it.
Yeah, but I'm on defense.
Oh,
So I literally saw the play. The play that I see here is the defender that comes in.
Not making a play on the ball.
Oh, you won't believe it, guys. I've never. The first time you see the play, you will not see it. It's that far away from the ball. You won't see it. I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, 49, Joe.
Once the sideline throw-in begins, keyword, in which scenario has a violation occurred? The thrower releases the ball within 5 seconds. The thrower is replaced by a teammate. The thrower touches the inbounded ball after it touches another player. The thrown ball hits the ring. I'm going with B.
All right, it is B, and the key word here is sideline. Because if it's the end line after a made basket, what could they do? They could throw it to somebody else. They could give it to a teammate. If it's sideline, you cannot inbound the ball after a made shot on the sideline. So once I give the ball to the thrower on the sideline, a new teammate cannot take that ball from them.
But that's still true of the dead ball baseline. Dead ball baseline.
Yeah, dead ball baseline, but that's what makes this definitely B. That was sort of the discussion of, well, if after a made basket, we could pass it along the end line. And I said, perfect, but the question said sideline. And last but not least, number 50, Keith, bring us home.
How does a game begin when fouls occur during pregame in equal numbers and offset? Penalties are charged, no free throws are awarded, and the game begins with a jump ball. A team technical is given to each team. Free throws are awarded, and the game begins with the jump ball. Coach loses coaching box for the remainder of the game. Free throws awarded, game begins with a jump ball, or bench technical is given to both teams. Free throws are awarded, and game begins with a jump ball. In this case, it would be A. The penalties are charged. There's no free throws because it offset.
Yep.
And we start with the jump ball and get the game going.
Now the key thing here is equal numbers. So we talk about pregame dunking. I'm not encouraging this, but I can see this happening. Boom, team A, wham, dunk, technical foul. Team B's like, sweet, bam, technical foul. That's even. Both teams start with one team foul. No player starts with a foul. No coach starts with a technical foul. But now if team A dunks again, now they have 2 dunks. Team B has 1 dunks. You have to keep track of now the dunks. All right, so hopefully it doesn't. Yep, you would start with 2 free throws and the ball at the division line, and they would have 2 team fouls. All right, so all those dunks will go towards that. All right. So if free throws are shot, then the offended team gets the ball.
So we don't no jump ball in that scenario.
Correct, no jump ball. If it's even, jump ball. If it's uneven, no jump ball. The team shooting the free throws.
Twice, team B dunked once. Team B gets 2 free throws and the ball at the division line.
Correct.
We start the alternating possession once the ball is thrown.
Once the thrower gets possession of the ball, because that's when the possession arrow will be set. All right, so question. I thought blood on the uniform was immediate removal. The blood on the uniform is not immediate removal. They have 20 seconds to clean it, spray it, disinfect it. New rule this year. Yep.
Same thing.
Yep, same thing.
Question 48.
So 48 says, question 48, rule 9.13.1, and I have 9.13.3 as my reference. Yep, 9.13.3 for question number 48. Action of arms and elbows resulting from total body movements, as in pivoting or movement of the ball incidental to feinting with it, releasing it, or moving it to prevent or held or lost control shall not be considered excessive. So that's where that word arms comes in. So it does say, Article 1, a player shall not excessively swing a player's arms or elbows, even without contacting an opponent. But then Article 3 now goes into resulting from total body movements, as in pivoting or moving of the ball incidental to feinting with it. All right, so that's the description on 48. So you want to read 13.1 versus 13.3, and the difference is the pivoting. All right, so if I just swing, I didn't pivot. All right. If I pivot and I hit you in my arm, it's not going to be a violation. It can be a foul. But if I pivot and I swing and miss with my arms, it's not a violation. That's the difference with that 9-13-1, 9-13-3. Again, that's when my elbows are down. Whenever my elbows are up, that's 9-13-1. Get that violation. So hopefully Matt Hunt got that. I could reach out to him if not. So we're going to finish the test, and I'm going to show everybody now how to look at your results right away. So when I go to my home account, maybe I have to log back in again. If I go to my account information, I'm going to go to basketball, and I should go to 2024. How did we get to incorrect here? I have the key here. That is the damnedest thing. All right, so we did pass with flying colors. So now I am really interested in which ones we got incorrect here. All right. So maybe the excessive swinging is one of them. And the other one, I might have clicked on the wrong bubble.
Yeah, I would say 48 potentially.
All right. But that's how you want to know if you pass. Right there. You want to go to your account information. So now the question is, well, shoot, which two did we get wrong? Come November 23rd, that's when they show you your test, what you answered, and the ones you got incorrect will be gold. They highlighted gold, the ones you get incorrect. All right, so we will look back on November 23rd. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm interested.
We're always allowed to let the player move within their pivot as long as their body.
All right. So now I am, before we end the YouTube, I am trying to see who all is here. So I'm handing out our PSOA captains certificates, and I think we only have, Arthur, I only think we have one here, bud. And we actually had 7 signed up to come. There's 2 that were supposed to be here. There's 3. Not awards. Arthur, did you take yours already? Okay, Arthur took it. So I was going to hand out our PSOA captain certificate of achievement for completing the certification course to be captains. But the idea of our captains, so they went above and beyond and took our course of exactly, we taught the teacher. All right, so we want them to be able to watch a basketball game and watch 5 minutes come off that basketball game. And after that 5 minutes, be able to give officials at least 3, if not more than 3 items on what they're doing good and what they could improve on. Mechanics, signals, positioning, rules knowledge, voice. All right, so that's part of the communication and the signaling. All right, uniform. All right, so when you are working with our captains, and we're going to keep on putting them in emails, our captains are asked to, when they meet you, if they don't know you already, they're supposed to say, hey, I am a PSOA captain. How much feedback do you want? And you want, some might want little or none. Some might give me everything you got. All right. But the ones that say I don't want any, our captains are still expected to give them the measures of needs of improvement. Okay. So I will just read them off. Brandon Dinslage, Brian Wilson, Bryce Kirkman, David Christensen, DeAndre Melvin, Eric O'Malley, Gwen Miller, Hel Oberlander, Jared Swan, Jason Hellman, Jeff Doms, Logan O'Malley, Mark Alferts, Matt Kraus, Randy Matley, Robert Brown, Rod Rubelid, Steve Becker, Travis Pinkelman, Zach Allen, and Arthur Daniels. All right, so take advantage of those captains. And as I said in the course, if I'm saying it, I'm the supervisor. People usually get offended by it. If our captains are saying it, it's more believable. All right, so next year, when next year comes around, we're going to keep on offering these captain courses. We need more people helping other people. We just want to make sure it's the correct information. That's the purpose of it. All right, we want to make sure we're consistent on what we are saying. So those of the captains that did take it, thank you. And those of you who are online, thank you. Those of you who are in the room, I'm going to show you that flagrant foul, so you definitely see it. Officials, remember, you're only as good as your last call.